everybody. I hope y'all are doing well today. Come in the room, as Sharonda would say. I know y'all are seeing a different face today. If you don't know, my name is Kierra Kofer. I am the social media manager for the Sickle Cell Consortium, and y'all are kicking it with Kierra today. I know we're doing something different. This is not a town hall. This is not a community conversation. You are kicking it with Kierra. So come in the room. If you don't know what Kicking It with Kierra is, it is a fun segment with me, Kierra, the social media manager, where we are going to kick it. We'll have a guest on today that I'll be bringing up shortly, but we'll have some guests. This is meant to be a fun, safe environment where we will talk about all things sickle cell, all things other topics that y'all want to talk about today. So today, for my first guest for Kicking It with Kierra, I have the pleasure of interviewing the one and only Dr. Tamia Austin. Hi, Dr. Austin.
Hey. Oh, I'm so excited to be kicking it with
We're
Kierra.
kicking it with Kierra. Thank you so much for being my first guest on the show.
Yes, I'm the first too.
The very
Oh,
first
I'm
one.
I'm just honored.
All kudos. Hey, Miss Etta, thank you so much for joining us today. We can always count on Miss Etta coming and showing up. So thank you so much. It's so good to see you in the comments. So I'm going to get on rolling, y'all, because Kierra's segment is only about 30 minutes long. So we're going to jump right on in if that's okay with you, Dr. Austin.
Perfect.
So a lot of you should know Dr. Tamia Austin, but in case you do not, we're going to lay the foundation. We're going to let her introduce herself, let her know what she's doing in our community. So Dr. Austin, my first question is, I want you to name your foundation, and I want you to tell me what inspired you to start your foundation.
Okay, so the As One Foundation is a foundation that actually found me. It was established in 2007 by identical twin brother DeVart Darling to the late Devon Darling to honor his memory. I joined the foundation March 1st, 2010. So I am fastly approaching my 14th anniversary with the organization. If my math is math, 13, 14, yeah. So, wait, 2024 minus 2010. Yeah, that's 13 years.
14, 13, yeah.
Oh Lord, that's bad. But anyway, I don't even know, but I know it's March 1st, 2010 that I started with the foundation. And at that time I knew very little about sickle cell and sickle cell trait because I'm an ally in the community. But I quickly learned, and I believe the sickle cell community consortium just kind of just put their claws into me like right around 2012, something like that. And it's just been over. It's just been over. I've met so many people that I call my sickle siblings. But our origin story is a sickle cell trait story. Our mission is to empower families globally, delivering life-saving sickle cell education. And I am changed forever. It changed me so much that I went back to school and earned my PhD in public health with an emphasis on sickle cell trait literacy. And I'm here. I'm here now. I'm the bug is bitten, and I speak for the voiceless. I'm listening. I tell the stories. I speak the names of our gone too soon. That's how I'm here.
Yes, I love that. That is so beautiful. A lot of people should know about the Aslan Foundation because you are killing it in the community. You are here. Will you show up for us? And I am so thankful for that. My next question is, I heard you say that it kind of found you. What things have you been able to be involved in? What things have you had going on that has really made the most impact in you in your life?
Well, so the As One Foundation, is really kicking the door open when it comes to education because unfortunately, the education that we're providing in the schools through our Operation Hydration program, through our CME, even just our presentations. I mean, we were virtual even before COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Reaching across to Australia,
Mhm.
India, African nations, Canada, and even beyond Houston, Texas, where we're based, because the education that we're providing could have saved Devon's life. I mean, it's just
Mhm.
that plain and simple. So we definitely know that his life, his legacy is cemented in every presentation that we make, in every parent that tells us, when I got the news that my kid has sickle cell trait, it wasn't a gut punch. Because you guys have educated us, at least I knew something.
Right.
And others, even the caregivers in the home of our warriors, tell us the same thing. So we show up in the education space, we show up in the advocacy space. We had a great year last year after having two bills passed with bipartisan support in the state of Texas. One of them actually made it to law, and the other was vetoed by our governor, that we just need to just be in his face more and more and more. Governor Greg Abbott, we need,
Yes.
like everything is big in Texas, we need sickle cell advocacy and funding and research to be big in Texas. So we're not going to stop. They let us feel some success. So that don't let me feel some success. I want more and more and more and
Yes.
more success. So we show up in the advocacy space. We certainly, show up in support of and in collaborative spaces where we can work with. There's numerous organizations here in the state of Texas, in the city of Houston, and certainly nationwide and worldwide, because sickle cell is global, and
Well,
we need to be global too. So
absolutely.
that's how we're doing it.
Yeah, can we get some hand claps in the comments, y'all? That is amazing. Like that is huge, Dr. Austin, because we are finally making riffs and making waves. Your voice is finally being heard, and in your son's honor, that all of this is getting pushed forward. It's just really, really inspiring. And so, my next question before we get into the things that you have coming up here soon is, if you had one opportunity to speak or to educate doctors or nurses regarding sickle cell, what would you highlight or what would you want them to know?
I see myself with that little instrument on Men in Black, where you just flash the light and just clear their memory, because it is the biggest thing for them to unlearn that sickle cell trait is not benign. It is not asymptomatic. So that's one thing. I want them to not enter the space with bias. I want them to not see skin color. I want them to challenge everything that they've ever been taught and really listen to their patients, and don't get bogged down with the symptoms,
Right.
or with the labels. Rather,
Hmm.
treat the symptoms. Treat the patient, listen to the patient, and that's listen to their caregivers who's sitting in that emergency room with them, or in that hospital bedroom with them. Listen to your patients, and for God's sake, I have heard our skin is too thick. Come on, y'all. Come on now. We really just need to unlearn a whole lot of stuff. So, I don't know. We definitely have moved the needle, um, especially when it comes to the sickle cell trait. Sometimes when I hear people going on about sickle cell trait, I'm just like, oh, they're all my children, because when I entered the space, it wasn't being talked about, and people were just, some people were just adding "and sickle cell trait" at the end of the sentence.
Yeah.
But for us at the As One Foundation, sickle cell disease, sickle cell trait, we see as dependent upon each other, not
Hmm.
mutually exclusive of each other. All children, statistically, all children of our disease warriors will at least be trait warriors. And it takes two trait people in most instances to make a warrior child. So the conversation is one. This is the Love Day. The One Love movie is coming out, and the sickle cell disease and trait conversation is one, like as one.
Yes.
So that's what I would do. I would just say, doctors, nurses, I know what you've heard, but I need you to accept this as gospel, as truth, as important for this population to thrive. 4 million people in the United States, 300 million people worldwide, and that's what we think. I honestly think is way more.
Mhm.
It's way more. And then do not this totally dispel this is a black condition. This is a blood condition. We
Yes.
have our Caucasian, Indian, Asian, Latin, Italian, Mediterranean, Greek, and Turkish descent brothers and sisters, siblings out there that are suffering the same condition. And some of their physicians are scratching their heads like, wait a minute,
Mhm.
testing their young athletes multiple times because their skin is white and they just don't believe it. And yeah, believe it.
Yeah.
That's how I would meet those healthcare providers.
That's awesome. If there's any out there listening, because we know they have been, you heard it here from Dr. Austin first. Like she's educating us today and she is laying it down. It's beautiful. So we're going to get into what the As One Foundation has going up in the next few weeks. So if you don't mind, I want you to let us know what is coming up that you are preparing for now in your foundation.
So this the first thing I'm going to talk about is such a surprise and a breath of fresh air for us to even talk about. At the consortium last July, we had a magnificent warrior step to our table and say, "Dr. Austin, do you guys have a sickle cell trait support group?" And at the time, we did not. She is a post transplant warrior, and she now identifies as a trait warrior. So Genesis Jones is now hosting Trait Space, Your Safe Place. It is a support group for post transplant warriors who are now trait warriors. And we're discussing all things that means. This month, we meet on the third Tuesday of every month. So, actually, next Tuesday, we're going to be discussing this will be our second meeting. So, we have 12 scheduled. And we'll make sure the link is up and everything, but you can join the trait space if you're a warrior, trait warrior, caregiver, you're considering curative therapy, you just have questions. It's a safe space. It's trait space, your safe place. And we'll be talking exertion and sickle cell trait along with our dear fellow in the field, Ferran Dozier. That's every third Tuesday in of the month.
Yeah.
The can it should Do you have another question or I keep going?
You can keep well, let's pause right there because that is so wonderful that we are seeing that for trait warriors. Like you said, we aren't separating the two. We are a family. And that was a hashtag that you said right there. You said trait, like you said something like was something in there where you said trait and you were talking about what you guys do in there. But the consortium shares about all of these things that you guys have going
Yes.
on. We love Genesis over here. Genesis is my friend. Genesis, we just love Genesis and we support
Yes.
her in
Yes.
everything we're doing. So I just want to pause and say that. And I also heard that you have a walk coming up. Can you give us some details about
Yes, we
that?
do. Yes, we do. That hashtag trait space your safe place. That was it.
Trace space, your
Um,
safe place. Yeah.
so Devar Darling, that's their family name. So this year on Sunday, February 25th, we will have our 14th annual Darling Dash 10K, 5K, 1K walk run. It is a race to obviously commemorate the memory of Devon, but it is also a big ally recruitment event where we have vendor tables. We invite all of the sickle cell organizations to come out in Houston that are in Houston to come out and have vendor tables. We have runners of every age. Our race, we give away a custom medal as well as a bib and a race T-shirt in our swag bag. It's a virtual race as well, so people that are not able to be in Houston can register, and about a week after the race, they can get their medal and race bib and T-shirt in the mail. It is a fundraiser. It supports our Operation Hydration program. It supports our support group. It supports our health fair, our quarterly, and sometimes even more regular than quarterly blood drives. We're so proud of all the units of blood that we've been able to raise over the years, because that, definitely and directly affects our warrior population. So Sunday, February 25th, 2024, at Stewart Park in the Heights. Yeah, that's it. The Darling Dash, 10K, 5K, 1K. The 10K takes off at 8 a.m. The 5K takes off at 8:30, and the 1K takes off at 9 o'clock. We are usually kicking into our post-race party and award ceremony at about 9:15 Central Time. And about 10:30, the park is packed up and people can go on to church if they so choose, or to brunch, or wherever they go for their Sunday fun day. But this has been our labor of love for 14 years, and these proceeds, and we're so thankful already for the people that have registered, the people that have donated. And you can, on our website, asonefoundation.org/darling-2024, you can sign up to register. You can sign up to volunteer. You can sign up to sponsor, and you certainly can just, donate and be a supporter of the event in that way. And you're welcome to come. We give away whole fruit, fruit, cereal bars, and honey buns, because the honey bun was Devon's favorite snack.
Oh,
And even though we lost him in 2001, we definitely continue to speak his name
yeah.
and solidify his memory in everything we do.
That's beautiful. We, if you don't know, the community is going to show up. I will be there with my mom, and we are coming to support you as on behalf of the consortium. And so I am so excited for the walk
I'm excited
myself.
too.
And I know that this has impacted in such a beautiful way. So this will be one of my last questions, and we'll take a question from the chat. But I wanted to say, how much has this walk in the past? Because we got 14 years under our belt. How much in the past has this walk impacted you in the community?
So this walk, every single thing that the As One Foundation is able to do as a not-for-profit, as a small not-for-profit, we're small but mighty. We're
Mm-hmm.
able to do it because of the proceeds that are raised at this walk. So our blood drives, our education, the materials that we put together digitally and even in print, um, the what we do in the schools, what we do in the community, now our support group, the CME, the grand rounds, any time that we're able to do what we do, show up in the community, it is because of the proceeds of the Darling Dash. So it literally impacts every single thing that we do. The intrinsic value is it has branded us in the community. People look to us for sickle cell education, for sickle cell collaboration. We've been pulled into non-sickle cell events and activities because of our delivery there. And it's really a feel good. I mean, we have a DJ, we have celebrity athletes that are signing autographs, and we've had people drive from other states beyond, Texas, to come and walk and run this race. And then, of course, the hundreds and thousands of trait warriors that are there buying our t-shirts, because they're like, yeah, I'm a trait warrior, but I didn't know all of this. I didn't, because we do education right there at the Darling Dash too. We're not
Yeah.
just, out there running fast. And of course, we're always promoting hydration. We have multiple water stations, but it's an opportunity for our sponsors to have a captive audience of, potential customers, and listeners and engagers. And we're constantly, like I said, we're constantly recruiting allies. We need the non-affected to care, or care enough to care.
Yeah.
And that's my life story. That's who I am in this space. That's how I show up. I was not born with sickle cells in my blood, but I might as well have been, for how much it has possessed me. And willingly, willingly, I'm here, um, sharing this information, the good news that we have to share, but we're also having to have some, real conversations, getting down to the
Mhm.
nitty gritty, because Houston is the home of the biggest, largest medical center in the United States.
Mhm.
But we still have access issues. We still have
Mhm.
patients that have to drive too far for care. And some choose not to do it. And, we can
Mhm.
go down that rabbit hole. But seems like the further out we get from Houston into the more affluent areas, the bigger the access problem is. So we got a lot of work to do,
We do.
but we love to, get together and collaborate with our partners. And I just want to just say that there is multiple sickle cell trait organizations out here now doing the thing, and there's even another sickle cell trait support group that has started, called the Trait Tribe, and
Mhm.
that's with our friends Ferran and Dr. Maisha Pasante, because trait is going to be in the conversation for us.
Yeah.
We're not going to shy away from it. It's our origin story. But that's directly impacted by what we do at the Darling Dash.
Beautiful things, and you're right. There's more work to be done. We're accomplishing so many things, but there's still yet work to be done. So we're gonna take a question from the chat, and then we're gonna wrap it up for you. I appreciate you so much. So we have a question from Carla Kofer. She says, "Why is it taking so long for the medical professionals to catch up or grasp this disease?"
When I get the answer to that, okay. So to not be coy, there are things like, first of all, ignorance. A typical medical school curriculum covers sickle cell trait the equivalent of 5 minutes here in the United States. So our medical professionals don't know what they don't know.
Right.
They just don't know what they don't know. Um, and then we can start talking about the considerations of that's just something that affects that subset, and they have a high tolerance, or they don't feel pain in the way that others feel pain, and just flat out racism, you know, um, funding, incentives. There's a lot of money, there's a lot of attention to cancer because there's a lot of money, to cancer. And our challenge is we got to make sickle cell sexy. We got to make it fundable. We got to make it cute. All of the above, so that we can attack, this thousand leg table. That's what I call it. Thousand leg
Yeah.
table.
That's right. So we have another rapid fire question, if you don't mind. Dr. Austin, for those traveling, do you have hotel information?
Well, if you're flying, you get you some compression socks, get up and walk, hydrate. And I personally subscribe to oregano oil. Just drop a couple drops under your tongue. It is a little hot for a few seconds, but it is definitely immunity building. And all of us, what do we say? Sickle cell, what is it? COVID? I can't remember what we were saying in those long days of COVID, but we need to protect ourselves. So traveling, when flying, definitely wear your compression socks and get up and walk. Hotels, the same thing. Wipe things down, protect yourself, warm that room up, and rest. If that's what the question is asking, do you have hotel information?
Yeah. Okay. And then do you offer any services to help anybody with hotel information or anything like that? Or
Oh,
is
are
it
you meaning for the Darling Dash?
Yes.
Oh, we don't.
Mm.
But that's not an impossibility. We're about what, 11 days away.
Yeah,
We can
we're
we
we're
can work
close.
on a group rate and get. Oh, that's a good question. We've never uh gotten into that before, but that I don't think we can get a group rate arranged. And the race is in Houston Heights, so I know there are a number of hotels nearby that area, and Houston is pretty vast, so the prices are pretty competitive, but definitely can work on that for you.
Okay. And then the location for people who are traveling, what location area do they need to look for to be close to the race?
It's in the Houston Heights, so it's not very, everything in Houston is about 20 minutes from everything else. So if you're in the Heights area, that, very well populated with stores and hotels and grocery stores, and in the Stute Park, which is a very nice park in a residential area, but it's next to a park. It's on the bayou, so a very picturesque location. Right off of 610 is the highway, but we're hopping and skip from the Galleria area where we were for the Warriors convention. So a 20-minute Uber ride from anywhere.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Tamia Austin, for coming and being my first guest on Kicking It with Kierra. Thank you for answering all my questions, and I cannot wait to see you.
I cannot say thank you enough for this opportunity, Kierra. I'm so elated to be the first guest on Kicking It with Kierra, and I wish you all the best, all the success, and that monster of a machine behind you, the Sickle Cell Community Consortium. They just get all the love,
Yeah.
all the feels because of all that they're doing in the community. So thank you, the whole team back there. I'm not gonna start naming names because I'll forget some, but they know who they are, and I appreciate you to give it back
Thank
to you.
you. You know, us at the consortium love you and will continue to support you. So, everybody that is still with me, kicking it with me, I see you in the comments. We have some announcements for you, and I will be bringing up Dominique Goodson to come up and tell us about some announcements that we have.
Hi, everyone. First, I want to say what an amazing interview, Kierra. I am love kicking it with Kierra. Thank you, Dr. Tamia, for being the first person to do this. That is just absolutely amazing. So, we do have some announcements. First of all, I want to say happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Happy Love Day. I hope you guys are loving on each other and just enjoying the day. This day is not just about couples. This day is just about love. Whether it's a love for a mother and a daughter, a love for a father and a son, a love for best friends, a love from sister to sister, brother to sister, it is about love.
Yeah.
And we as people, we should love everyone. So, happy Love Day, everyone, first of all. Now, back to announcements. I do want to remind everyone, if you guys joined us yesterday, we had Dr. Bailey and I were on and we discussed credentialing. Credentialing is open, and for credentialing is open year round. You can partner with the consortium whenever you want to. However, if you want to attend our very important and very educational leadership summit, the leadership summit is like how can I explain it? It's where all of the advocates get together. All the advocates in the community, we get together and we train and we educate ourselves to be better advocates, to be better to bring back to the community. So, the Leadership Summit. You guys, if you would like financial support to attend the Leadership Summit, you must, and once again, it's a must, you must complete your credential application by Friday, February the 16th, 2024 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. Now, if you put it at 12:01 or 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern, you're still going to be a partner with us. But unfortunately, you would have missed the opportunity to get financial support to attend the Leadership Summit. And what a summit we have planned. We have amazing things planned and great educational sessions planned. So don't forget, it is not too late to credential. That is for patients, that is for caregivers, that is for best friends of sickle cell patients. That's for children of who have sickle cell or parents have sickle cell. We do accept next generation, younger warriors, younger caregivers. That's for CBOs. That is also for international nonprofit organizations, junior CBOs, community partners. If you are a small business and would like to partner with us, you are able to partner with us as well and attend this summit. So, once again, please submit in your credentialing application if you want to partner with us and time to get financial support for the Leadership Summit. And the deadline is February 16th, 2024. Um, so make sure you guys do that. Also, another announcement we have SCD form policy is coming up. Last year, we just let our partners participate in SCD form. SCD form policy is where we as sickle cell warriors get together and we discuss what legislations we want to discuss with our representatives, our congressmen, our senators, our anybody for legislation, the ones that make the laws. It's a 2-day session. It's 2 days. It's going to be March 19th and March 20th. It is 2 days. The first day is educational. Now, this day, we are opening it up to everybody. So if you want, everyone can register. The second day is a day where we have our meetings with our representatives. Unfortunately, if you are not in the United States, you will not be able to attend the meeting. However, we do want you guys to still come and get the education and see what we do to bring about change in the United States. And you never know, it may be possible for you to take it back to your country and do it. So we are inviting everyone. You just have to make sure that you register to sign up, and it's going to be great. It's very educational. And just like Dr. Tamia said, you guys, she got a law passed in New Jersey. Working with our legislation, we got a 10 point, I think it was like 10.5 million for more sickle cell research. It is very important. This is how we bring about change on a larger scale for the sickle cell community. So make sure you guys go and register for that as well. Now I also want to, oh, someone already registered. There we go. So now I'm going to bring it back to Kierra because we also got Warrior University courses are coming back. And our first one is creative content.
Creative content is coming. It is here. We know y'all have been asking and waiting, and we are starting it. You have to sign up because it starts February 20th, and this will be an 8-week course for all creatives in the space, all creative advocates. We will be teaching you so many things from editing, lighting, all the whole nine to help you be a better advocate or a better creator, period. So creative content classes is coming up and starting February 20th. The sign up is still on our page, so make sure y'all go on the consortium's page, do some scrolling, and you'll see our flyers for creative content, and you will see the link to register.
Oh yes, that is awesome. Creative content is going to be so dope,
fun.
so dope.
So fun.
And so creative content, if I'm not mistaken, is partner only. So you have to be a partner with the Sickle Cell Consortium in order to join the creative content class. Now
Can
with
I ask
Warrior,
a question?
oh, you sure can.
So I signed up for creative content beginning February 20th. Is that a virtual or in-person session?
That is
Virtual.
virtual.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to
Thank
make
you.
sure.
Thank you for that. We needed that.
However, we are going to be having creative content courses also during the leadership summit.
Where y'all will actually
It's
get
going to
to
be in
come
person.
and create some content. We'll have some equipment there for y'all to come and do creating. And you, if you're a night person and you want to do some creating at night, we'll have that session for you. If you're a morning person, we'll also have that session for you as well.
Yes. So it's going to be great. Warrior University is coming back. As I stated again, we are going to be having courses, and the first course is going to be creative content. Please keep a lookout for on the website and our pages as we announce what courses we are going to be doing. We're going to be having Sickle Cell 101 and many more courses. Some courses are going to be open to the entire public, and then there are going to be courses, of course, that will only be for partners. So that's another reason to become a partner with the consortium, because then you get to attend partner only courses, which gives out so much good information and just helps your whether you are a CBO or an IPCA, an independent patient caregiver. We give out so much information regarding growing your infrastructure as a CBO or how to advocate for yourself correctly with industry when it comes to your money, because we all need to make sure that we're doing it correctly and we're getting what is fair and what is right. So that's another reason to become a partner with the consortium. So make sure you guys go ahead and partner with the consortium. Now, Dr. Austin.
Yes.
Tell us again the date and time of your event.
So the third Tuesday of every month. So for February, that's February 20th. That's going to be a busy day for us. But the Trait Space, your safe space, is a support group for post-transplant warriors transitioning to being trait warriors. But it is definitely a welcome space for caregivers, warriors, family members, siblings, anybody that needs support, that has questions, and we'll have a topic every month. This month, it is exertion and sickle cell trait. Myself and Ferran Dozier will be presenting. And then our second date that we talked about is the 14th annual Darling Dash, 10K, 5K, 1K, Sunday, 8 a.m., February 25th, 2004 at Stewart Park in the Heights of Houston. AsOneFoundation.org/Darling-2024. You can register to volunteer, to run, walk, sponsor, or just show up and support. And you can donate at that website. Thank you so much. And this is the swag. This year, the significance of 53, not to be morbid, but Devon is wearing his 53 Florida State jersey. So it's, like we said, we keep his memory alive. So every runner, walker will get this medal and this commemorative race bib to commemorate your participation in this event. Last year was a honey bun. So we try to do little fun things with the race, but everyone gets a finisher medal. So it's worth it to get the bling bling, as they say.
That's awesome. We do have a question. Dr. Austin, will you guys have virtual teams?
We do. It's just a matter of you signing up, Ms. Vanessa. Pick the name of your team, and you can register for the virtual, which is just a little bit more to cover the cost of postage. But we have people from all over the United States registering. Some of them will post them running together. And here's a little known secret. There are people that just want the medal. They just want the t-shirt. They just want the bib. So they're going to register for the virtual. So we'll mail it to them, and they're just chilling, sending us, maybe they're sending us pictures, maybe they're not. But, some people call it in the race community the sleep in registration. But yes, we do have a virtual registration as well. And historically, we've had hundreds of people to register virtually. Too. All of it helps. Every last bit of it helps.
They're loving the swag and the drip in the comments, I must say.
All right. Yay. I didn't say it, but the significance of 53 is that's Devon's number. And Miss Wendy, who we lost in 2020, her birth year was 53 as well. So every time we see that 53, we think of Devon. And again, it's a way to keep both of their memories alive as our angel trait warriors. So you can get your 53 jersey too and help us, keep their memories alive.
Awesome. So I think that is it, Dominique. Is there any more announcements that we have for the people?
No, I do want to ask you guys, as today is Valentine's Day, as I like to call Love Day,
yes.
I would like you guys to show your love and support to the community. So if you have pictures already in your phone, or you're hanging out and doing a Valentine's Day, or hanging out with other warriors, or if there's a warrior or a caregiver in the community that you just want to show some love to, post their pictures. Post the pictures up on social media, whether you're Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Post them up on social media. Tag us, the Sickle Cell Consortium, and use the hashtag Sickle Cell Love. I know I'm going to do it. It's going, y'all going to get sick of me because it's a couple of people in the community that I need to let them know how appreciative I am of them, how much I love them, and just thank God for having them in my lives. And so I'm going to post that, and we are asking that you guys post as well and show us and everyone how much love the sickle cell community has for each other.
Absolutely. That's beautiful. We love y'all here at the consortium. Everybody who attended Kicking It with Kierra, and if you're even watching the recording, happy Valentine's Day. We love you here at the consortium, and thank you so much for tuning in to the first episode of Kicking It with Kierra.
And go give blood. That's a way to show some love to warriors.
Oh, yes.
Yes.